It's the Philippines in 1896 to 1898, and they are obviously being subjugated by the Spanish Empire. Bang! Wait a second, why'd you do that? Okay. It's 1899 to 1902, and now it's the USA that's subjugating the Philippines. Stab. Okay, again, why are you doing that? Okay. It's 1941 to 1945, and now we have the Japanese entering into the Philippines. Finally, the present day. Philippines, province of China. Philippines, province of China. Philippines, province of China. West Philippines Sea, OP, not ours. Oh boy. So this post is making a reference that possibly the Philippines like to shoot themselves in the foot sometimes. Not everyone in the Philippines, but certainly a big enough minority, because I guess this just keeps on happening. Even during Japan's invasion too, Philippines' worst enemies are themselves. Also do remember, this flag does not have the same meaning in the Philippines as it does in the US. Thank goodness they dropped those 3 Ks though, because that could have been awkward. I guess that cycle just continues to go on. Japan, Japan, help! Poland just got frostbite in the Alps! Rough frostbite limbs of do not, and of warm water soaking, preferably 38 degrees to 50 degrees Celsius, that are 100 to 122 degrees Fahrenheit. Whoa, forget about Poland. How do you know that? I am learned from experience, but you've never had frostbite before. I said I am learned from experience. Oh no, Japan, let's not bring that up. Japan knows a whole lot about the human body that you don't really want to look too deeply into. Like the fact that the average male adult body holds 60% water. Very educational, Japan. Just how exactly did you come up with these numbers? Trust me, you do not want to know. Experience is the best teacher, except when it's Japan giving you frostbite torture test in his test chamber. Yeah, that whole Unit 731 during World War II was pretty horrific. Kind of crazy that we'll be using that information forever, because we're never gonna recreate stuff like that. Comrade Soviet, the communist world is collapsing. We need your leadership and your wisdom right now. Cuba, is that you? I can't do anything today without my pills. I also need to take 21 hours of sleep. The fuck? Rip. Check it out, Canada. Those commies are going into the pooper because their leaders are so dumb and old, just decrepit like zombies. They can't do anything straight. Oh, I already know where this is going. America, the USSR lived for 74 years. Meanwhile, you're 215 years old. Huh? Quite the wake-up call. Though the US might seem like a young country, it's actually relatively old. I mean, this is highly subjective, but when you consider countries in their current form and how their government functions still to this day, and then consider all these other countries that only recently got their independence, like within the last 100 years. I mean, in a way, you could say Germany is only like 34 years old, at least in the form that we know it today. I really thought this comic was going to reference Joe Biden, though. I thought that's where we were going. Oh, wait, I guess it kind of is. Jover! Hey, look, it's Western Sahara, Antarctica, and Greenland for whatever reason. Why would these 3 countries come together? What could they possibly have in common? So, how is y'all? Nope. Data. Okay's good. Oh, that's what they have in common. A very common map meme that you've probably seen on my channel for literally years now. These places tend to never have any data about them. There's literally so many posts about it. North Korea was missing from that comic, but occasionally they show up. Antarctica isn't even on this map. A lot of these places have a pretty good excuse though. Like for example, Antarctica, nobody lives on Antarctica, so there's no data. Western Sahara is like a disputed territory. And then in terms of Greenland, Denmark just doesn't want to give us any information. It's probably more likely they just don't even know themselves. You should never ask an American about politics, a Russian his salary, or finally be near a Bulgarian with an umbrella. Oh wait, I actually don't even know this one. Bulgarian Communist Party and the KGB had assassinated a Bulgarian writer by the name of this, who was talking smack about his home's regime. Oh, this is like some James Bond type stuff. Dang, umbrellas are so dangerous. I wonder if that means Batman's villain, the Penguin, is actually Bulgarian. Okay, noted. I will never be around any more umbrellas. Luckily, in Southern California, there's not a whole lot of people with them, and it's already sus when I do see them. Korea-san, how did you into friendship with Poland-san? Well, they begin to daydream. 2 years ago. Here my desk. Nice to meeting you. Something Polish noises. Sorry, did not do rude to you. Not at all. Is you feel no good? No, am fine. My neighbor Poland no like me. 9 Korea. Though they first impression is cold, they is actually very nice. But they is seem so hard into friend. Then give present they liking it may is good ways. What they like? They like is the next day. Hello Poland. Korea. Now's bring you small present for you. Is what? This pink beaver is popular character among Korean girls. Bobber! Bobber, curvewalk. Oh, I love you so much. We now into best friends. We friendship forever now that they have Bobber. You're welcome. Is much easier than 9 thing. Meanwhile, come back to the present day. Honey? I don't think Japan's really gonna fully understand this. Apparently the Poles really like beavers. Like it's funny. I mean, I guess what's there not to like about beavers? They look very funny. But also, this is a popular meme too, I guess, possibly in Poland, centered around videos of Polish men recording beavers, oftentimes swearing or exclaiming in excitement at spotting one. Poland when they see a beaver. I think they might just enjoy discovering animals in general, because I remember when they came across this random kangaroo, they just get really excited. I wish I had this joy for anything like they do. It's actually so wholesome. Largest colonial empires. Polska is of large. First, there's Britain. We all know this one. Australia, New Zealand, British Raj, big old Canada in the background. There's France with French Indochina, French Tunisia, French Africa, Cambodia. Then there's Germany. Now, Germany got some of their colonies taken away, but before World War I ended, places in Africa, even New Guinea. Finally, there's, wait, Malta? Malta is of much mighty empire. I bring this up probably too much. I just love this fact. The small island of Malta, just south of Sicily in Italy, randomly decided to roleplay as like Pirates of the Caribbean. Ended up getting 4 islands during the 1600s. I mean, they had 1 island, yes, but what about 4 more? They had to collect them all. When it comes to colonial empires, you gotta include them because they did have some. Poland, Lithuania technically had the mighty Latvian colonial empire, 1 island in the Caribbean. Doesn't matter how small if they managed to do it. Watashi have my favorite drink, sake, healthiest alcohol in the world. Ike love beer. Ike can take 1 swig of Fuhr, only 1 yearly. I don't know what the hell I just said there. Globe vodka is my everything. Also, Poland and Finland like that too. I only drink tea, one of the strongest symbols of British. I also even fight for tea. Oh, that's Indian China said in the background. I have famous drink on earth. Coffee. And caffeine. Wow, they look very wired. I drink a wine. Perfect drink, but not ice. Or I'll kill ya. Vino. Yeah, I just drink soda with as much sugar as humanly possible. USA with their favorite drink, Pepsi, Coca-Cola, Sprite, Monster, and Red Bull. That is kind of funny. I didn't even think about that. The US isn't really famous for like a certain type of alcohol, really. So many other places though, Italy with their wine, vodka in Russia, of course, Germany with beer. You even have Mexico with tequila. It really is just like Coca-Cola in the US, sadly. Soda! I guess to each their own, I suppose. China is me. It use simplifies Hanzi character. I'm gooder China. Use traditional Hanzi characters. I preserved more traditional customs and culture too. This is Hong Kong. I'm good as China. That's Taiwan. Use traditional Hanzi characters. I preserve more traditional customs and cultures, and I never into communism. Oh. Stupid moron, says Mongolia. Real China was oofed by me back in 1279 CE. Imposters must be exterminated. They made a China kebab, I guess, right here. Well, thank you for that horrific imagery, but yes, they did, Mongolia. Technically, real China before this moment and after this moment are 2 very different things, unless actually Mongolia is real China, which is possible. I've heard that argument before. Talk about the gooderigest China. Hey, France, why do you wear flowers like a girl? Poland, that is not appropriate. Because I is lady. Wait, you is? Sorry, I not know. Every country having gender, and I can know by them names. For example,
Pologne
and
Allemagne.
You are girls both. What? While Quebec and Canada are guys both. Mama help, I can't get out of Canada. Lol, mama's boy. Japan is guy and Korea is girl. Korea-san, you're kawaii. Go away, you I know. French name end in E ist girl. If no ist guy, right? Oui. For example, Mexique is guy. Mexique. Hola. Mexique. Okay. Hi, girls. Seems you need a macho man like me, don't ya? You're sure you're no girl too? Asks Poland. Hey, is that a fat guy or fat girl? Asks Germany about the United States. It would be funny if it's girl. Actually, since you're called the less... Wait a second.
États-Unis.
Yeah, that means they're actually plural. What the... I think my favorite thing to learn when exploring other languages is to see what other languages call other countries. Because remember, we only know the English version of the world map. Remember that like every single language on Earth has different names for all these places. Well, sometimes they're the same, sometimes they're close to being the same. It all depends. And then it gets even more interesting when the language is gendered, because you will find out which countries are male or female. English is obviously not a gendered language. However, there is one example I found out recently. I actually never even realized this before. This might potentially be the only example of what we have. Blonde without the E is masculine, blonde with the E is feminine. Oh, there you go, origin from French. I literally don't think I can find a better example. Wait, so I guess since the US is plural in the French language, does that make our pronouns they, them. I've seen Ohio, Colorado, California, Texas, Mexico all bursting out. A lot of genders were revealed today. Big ol' thanks to my patrons. Drew's Argentinian grandpa. Lucas, the Canadian Goose from Avoca.
Drew har förvisats från Sverige för brottet att vara dans.
Amateur Archaeology. Sarsath. Carmel S. DaBeautiful-MEGAN-Underwood. Fredrik
your
Tibblin.
dad back
I
with the
can't
milk.
sleep
Look
without
InquisitorXarius.
Sebby, if you hear this,
and
Tambre.